This is 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
As we go on the air at 4, new details about the off-campus fight earlier this month that left a Hazelwood East student in critical condition. The family of the girl in custody for that fight now reacting. Good afternoon. Thanks for being here. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. The teenage girl charged with assaulting Kaylee Gain is scheduled to appear in juvenile court Monday. And for the first time, our niece DeClue's family is going public. Our political editor Mark Maxwell just caught up with the suspect's parents. Mark.
Brent and Kay, good afternoon. The family of the 15-year-old says they extend their thoughts and prayers to Kaylee Gain's family. And now, 3 weeks after that fight first went viral online, the family is also speaking out after maintaining what they called a respectful silence. Maurnice DeClue's mom and dad tell me she's, quote, dismayed to hear that Kaylee Gain was in a coma for so long and relieved to hear about her recent improvements because, quote, she wants to apologize. They're highlighting her honor roll status and involvement in church, playing volleyball and playing the violin in school. Their letter to the public reads a lot like a character reference letter you might send a judge at the end of a trial before sentencing. The reason they feel so forced to speak out now is because of what they perceive as this rush to judgment in the court of public opinion. We spoke to an expert on media literacy in this digital age who cautions social media consumers to exercise better judgment, especially when sharing shocking snippets that may not include the full story.
Patience makes nobody any money these days. And so I think that the lynch mobs, quote unquote lynch mobs, are very easy to whip up online because we consume information so fast and we rush to judgment so quickly.
DeClue is scheduled to appear in juvenile court Monday, and courts could still certify her to stand trial as an adult, which would carry more serious consequences. Expanded charges now apply to 8 teens involved in that melee.
All right, thank you, Mark. New information now in the case of 2 Chicago women killed after the Drake concert in St. Louis. Today, the driver charged in the case appeared in court. 22-year-old Monty Henderson pleaded not guilty. We also learned he's facing another charge from the night of that crash. Henderson faces not only a DWI charge for alcohol, he's also charged with involuntary manslaughter and armed criminal action. Justina Coronel will have much more on this story on 5 on your side at 5 and 6.
Traffic is flowing again on I-70 West. A crash overnight involved a truck carrying cattle. It caused all westbound lanes near First Capitol to close at the time. Some cattle died as a result. 2 of the cows escaped. No one was hurt. St. Charles police believe 1 or 2 of those cows are still loose.
We're heading into the Easter holiday weekend. So many of you headed for the St. Louis Zoo in Forest Park this morning. Caused a huge traffic jam. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank here with a look at that Easter weekend forecast. Jump in the holiday.
Yeah, we saw that coming in this morning, and then it's kind of checking the cameras throughout the day, and it took a while. And then, of course, finally, the exit ramp finally was the busiest one of it right now. And you can see people out and about moving smoothly at this moment. Not too many clouds outside, but you can tell off to the southwest, that's where more clouds are settling in. And no major thing that really screams out, hey, this is going to happen, right? There's no major system that's moving in just yet. That looks like a major system, and that's going to start to work its way into more of a pattern that we'll see this weekend impact us. But until then, not for now. It's quiet. Temps are significantly warmer than they were yesterday. 76, a south breeze at 17 miles an hour. Our wind has been a key factor in our warmth this afternoon with sustained winds over 20, even close to 25 miles an hour, gusts to 30 at times. And, you know, for the most part, the next several hours, we'll see temps in the mid to upper 50s. It's breezy still overnight. So after starting out in the 30s, 20s, even teens on the other side of the state just a couple of days ago, we are warming up quite a bit. But it's this warm air that settles in as part of a front that's going to lift north. How it brings us rain chances throughout this weekend, and when we'll see an even more increased severe weather chance in the next few days.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes. Thank you, Gary. We are hearing from a man falsely accused of being a gunman at the Chiefs parade outside Kansas City's Union Station. The accusation spread across social media and reached other states. An attorney for Denton Loudermill Jr. filed an invasion of privacy lawsuit this week that seeks damages from Tennessee Congressman Tim Burchett. Reporter Alyssa Jackson has more.
Spread the word that I am not the guy that he said I was. Like he did, is spreading my name like he said I was the shooter and the illegal alien.
More than a month later, those remarks made by the congressman remain on his page after reaching tens of thousands of people. Laudermilk was detained and released for something unrelated at the rally. He has been trying to clear his name ever since.
Well, it affected me emotionally. Like it's hard to express how I feel. I'm still trying to gather everything still, you know, but it's affected me a lot, you know, and affected my family.
His attorney, Lerona Lassiter-Saunders, says with this lawsuit, they are just getting started.
That's a huge impact for an everyday citizen to try to navigate, to try to recover from. It's almost like a David and Goliath situation, but we are not fearful, and we see how that story turned out.
The false light suit is very similar but different from defamation. Defamation is more about injuring someone's reputation. False light protects them from embarrassment if a statement is misleading.
Loudermilk's attorney added the congressman doesn't have any extra protections under the law. NBC affiliate KSHB reached out to Congressman Burchett for comment this week. He has not replied.
In his annual budget address, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker says he wants the state to continue supporting undocumented migrants. His proposed budget would actually allocate hundreds of millions of dollars to provide health care to undocumented migrants. It's an issue top Republican leaders are pushing back on. Senate Minority Leader John Curran spoke about his concerns with Mark Maxwell on this week's episode of The Record.
It is a robust healthcare program, better than anything you or I would enjoy in our private plans. And if you happen to be a legal immigrant to this to the state of Illinois, you don't even qualify. You have to be in an illegal status.
Catch Mark's full conversation with Senator Curran on this week's episode of The Record. It airs Sunday night after Sports Plus.
Next week, voters will head to the polls for Missouri's municipal elections. This includes some mayoral, Board of Aldermen, and city council races, along with ballot proposals. You can read much more about the issues and find out how to find a polling place near you. Go to ksdk.com/guide or text the word guide to 314-425-5355. Changes to how the city of St. Louis approves liquor licenses. The new policy just approved by the St. Louis Board of Aldermen.
And today marks the 50th anniversary of National Vietnam War Veterans Day, the local event that honored our local Vietnam vets.
And we take a look at the growing trend of 4-day school weeks. We hear from parents who explain how it's affecting their families.